If you had a job where you come to work and people clap for you, it would change your entire mood.
We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
Or you can grow a conscience in the next 5 minutes and see where that takes you.
Don't this hit make my people wanna stop? Don't this hit make my people wanna stop? Don't this hit make my people wanna stop?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listing.
What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party. Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
There can be only one magical Negro.
Come le dije que llama que buena baila usted a la vuelta papi otra vez llegó el negro de.
It won't take long when there's a song to help you set the pace.
Howling hard from the heart.
This is pathetic.
Where we used to live.
Life could be worse.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Ai, menina, mina, chega aí. Ai, menina, mina, chega aí. Vai, quebra, tem mais, vai. Menina, chega aí. Vai, olha, danado. Eita!
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down.
I'm bag of pixie dust. Contraband.
They're going to do the Mary Poppins thing. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah. Magic mirror on the wall. The fairest one of all.
Oh, bitch, you killed Kenny.
Kenny.
You fat hoe.
I get it. I'm not persecuted. I'm just an ass.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing that spice when it comes to sci-fi and pop culture analysis, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks, and generally just giving you my opinions with no filter, not bought, no agenda. Okay, well, the only agenda is to be a happy culture warrior, just like the late Andrew Breitbart used to say. Absolutely adore that man. And if you have not read his book or listened to the audiobook called Righteous Indignation, you need to. You really do. It'll bless your life. But folks, of course, this is the Spice Lounge. All the spicy conversation, hot takes, all of that with what's going on out there in pop culture, as much as we can cram into a hour to hour and a half show. So much to talk about. Oh my gosh. Netflix tapping out on buying Warner Brothers. We're going to talk about that. We are also going to talk about the so-called piece by the rap, which so-and-so said so-and-so, who may know Josh D'Amaro, who said something about Villain's Land, and this person passed out at 31 Flavors last night. Yes, we're going to talk about this quote-unquote Villain's Land rumor with so-called revealed attractions. Your girl's going to talk about that because, frankly, it's a nothing burger, but we're going to talk about it. And, of course, we are going to talk about a show that I finally binged last night. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Apparently, seeing a scene of explosive diarrhea in the first episode was not enough to keep me away totally, because I had to find out how it ended. So I watched it. So you don't have to if you're not inclined to watch it, and I will give you my honest opinion about it, since I have watched Game of Thrones and I have also watched The House of the Dragon. So we're going to talk about that, and of course, lots, well, not lots, but several hot topics and stuff of fun interest. So I see you guys starting to climb in here between YouTube and X. Welcome in, and also welcome to those of you watching this on the replay. I sure do appreciate it. In the comments, make sure you say hashtag replay crew so I can know who you are. Let's see who we've got in the chat here so far. We have got one of my amazing mods, Tom, and I hope you and Linda are doing good. Says, welcome to the Spice Lounge. Hit the like button, ring the bell to subscribe. Yeah, gotta do things, and keep up on all the spice. Absolutely, because the spice must flow on this show. Absolutely. And Soul Assassin, another one of my awesome mods, says, smash the like, tell a friend. Yes, definitely tell a friend. Appreciate that. Lance from the Outcast Creative. This dude, he parties so hard. I don't think I can keep up partying with him. Says, hey, Lorena, your opening theme has Miami Vice vibes. So thank you. That's what I was going for real. I love that show. I've got Danny Webb, Penny Tree, coming back on my channel in a couple of weeks. Wow, he was on your channel? We're going to talk about Sir Alan of Penny Tree. Because honestly, and I can't put my finger on it, but there's something very Shakespearean about Penny Tree, and I can't put my finger on exactly which of Shakespeare's works it was in. This coming from somebody. Yeah, I have the whole leather bound. I think it's two big large editions of the complete works of William Shakespeare. I'm so proud of myself for that. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, definitely give me a heads up when he's back on your channel, because I love dude. I really do. And here's Follow the Bradley's Fun. Ron, who says, yo, good seeing you, my dear. Good seeing you. And let's see who else we got here on the channel. Thank you for shouting out my gaming channel. I haven't had a chance to do as much as I've wanted to of late, but trying to get back into it because there's some, like, I don't have enough games piled up, but there's the Mouse PI game, which is drawn in the style of Steamboat Willie, and it's a first-person shooter. It's like if you ever played Cuphead, it's kind of like the same cartoonish graphics, that 1930s look, and I'm probably going to die a lot too, but that's okay. That's okay. For Leap Shogi, hello, my dear. Says howdy. Well, howdy, and hello. So good to see you, my dear. And we have got you folks in here. So let's go ahead and get started with the hot topics. Well, but first, before we do the hot topics, you know that I like to make you guys laugh as much as possible on this show, because I'm a happy culture warrior. I saw this and I cracked up. Someone made an inflatable sled of Bullet Bill from Super Mario Brothers, and it crashed into a group of people, causing chaos at a ski resort in Japan. I want to say, I think Soul Assassin turned me on to this one, but this is hilarious. I wouldn't know what to do except for trying to run out the way. Coming at you. That is okay. As somebody who has played Mario Kart many times, I love it when I get Bullet Bill as one of the power ups. I love it. The cameraman always survives. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. This is just too funny. This is the kind of stuff that makes me laugh. Yep, two angles. Yeah, from one side, and this is the one that kills because it's coming at you, and you're just like, "Is that for real? Is that a bullet bill for real?" I tell you, Japanese know how to have fun. Absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it, folks. I guess you never know what you're going to see when you're out there on the slopes. It looks like it was probably some kind of competition that was going on, and someone, just to be funny, came up with it. I would have. Hey CJ, my awesome thumbnail guy, says that's only because the videos where he doesn't survive, the camera doesn't either. True, very true. Well, we are going to move over from that to, did anyone watch the if you're not American, I'll excuse you from this, but if you happen to watch the State of the Union, which honestly, I really didn't start, I would like kind of halfway watch it, but now I watch the State of the Union just to see what kind of pettiness Trump is going to say. And you know it's made it when you've got an anime clip of the State of the Union, okay? So breaking, President Trump's State of the Union address has been turned into an anime animation and is going viral on social media. Nothing says Trump owns the culture like this. This is like getting a Taiwanese animation. Check it out. Look at Ilhan Omar. You know what? She actually looks better in the anime than she does in real. I'm just saying. They nailed Ilhan Omar.
この人たちは狂っている。卵の価格は下がっている。ダウ平均は5万ポイントを超えている。こんな負け犬どもの言うことを聞くな。アメリカは復活した。
And they put the hockey. Hey, Kelly. Kane Book says this looks like it's anime noir from the 80s and 90s. Yes, even the music track too. I died. I love it anytime they come out with like anime, like of Trump. It's just hilarious. AI is amazing. Wait till he goes Super Saiyan. Oh, that'd be something. As much as I talk about X, I'm never freaking getting rid of it. I don't care. So we're going to go from that to another piece of news. And frankly, if you watched Predator, if you watched Commando, if you've watched Deep Cover, if you've watched him in Action Jackson, if you've even seen some of the movies that he's done, Bill Duke, the character actor best known for playing Mac in Predator and Cook in Commando, now has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Back to the middle.
And then straight ahead, sir.
This dude is an absolute legend.
Straight ahead one more time. Hands down a little bit. Thank you.
And there's his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'll tell you, if you were an 80s baby or 90s baby, 80 or 90s baby like me, and you watched like Predator and Commando, then he went out in Predator like a freaking boss. For real. Yeah, shout out to Bill Duke. Absolutely. Absolutely. Granted, there's lots of people who get stars on Hollywood Walk of Fame. You just have to raise the money. That's pretty much it. You just raise the money, signatures, money, give it to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. Boom, you got a star on the Walk of Fame. But there's certain people who have stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame that people actually actively look for and just want to take the picture next to it. And Bill Duke is definitely one of those people. So shout out definitely to Bill Duke. You don't know who he is? Go watch Predator. Especially since we lost Carl Weathers. Go watch Predator. Predator has to be one of the best action ensemble movies out there. All the character actors, all of them, are integral to the story. I probably haven't seen such a movie with that many character actors that I did not forget. Tropic Thunder will be a close second. If for real. He directed Sister Act 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, he segued from acting into directing, because for a while I was like, it seemed like Bill Duke fell off the radar. No, he was making moves. And one of the things you have to realize about Hollywood is it's the people behind the camera and in the process that eventually wind up making all the money. So that's really smart. So yeah, props to a legend and an amazing actor, Bill Duke. Speaking of actors, speaking of movies, I really did not have a dog in this fight at all. I just know that Paramount Plus was ass. So, because I have a Walmart Plus, so you can, if you have Walmart Plus, you can get either Paramount Plus or Peacock, and you have to wait 2 months before you can switch services. Paramount Plus was ass. Netflix, I'm always giving money to, because it's always something to flip and watch on Netflix. Even America's Next Top Model reality rewind. Oh, the T is so good on that one. But anyway, Netflix says it won't raise its offer for Warner Brothers, and this just broke late tonight. Netflix said on Thursday, that's today, that it won't pay more for Warner Brothers. In a statement, the company said the deal is no longer financially attractive. The decision comes 2 days after Paramount increased its offer for Warner Brothers. It says, whoever wins, we lose. They're all gobbling up. They're all gobbling each other up. But I, as a consumer, I watch more stuff on Netflix. Netflix and Hulu, although Hulu is now into Disney, into Disney Plus. But if there's a service that I actively pull up and that always seems to suck up my time, it's Netflix. Paramount, I really can't say the same for that. Hey, Dan. Says, what's up, Doc? True story. When I lived out in LA, I used to drive by Warner Brothers and Disney Studios all the time. They're right there, like next to each other. And yeah, you see people running from studio to studio. There's this restaurant called Smokehouse. It's near Warner Brothers. So decadent. I hope it's still there. Crazy brunch. I mean, stuff that I'd only seen in movies. Yeah, a lot of folks from Warner Brothers and Disney go over there to eat. Let's see. For me, it's Crunchyroll. I spend way too much time on there. See, Amazon Prime is the other one because I have Crunchyroll attached to Amazon Prime, and I have Crunchyroll because I can't wait 2 years for the next installment of oh my gosh, I am totally blanking on the anime that I was going to say. The Apothecary Diaries. Yeah, yes, Apothecary Diaries. I can't wait. I can't wait for Demon Slayer. I need it now. Even if I have to do the dub, I mean the sub. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a busy person. I listen to the dub first. I know y'all gonna judge me, but I'm a busy chick. And then I go back and I watch the subtitled version because there's always kinds of stuff that you lose in translation. So I always watch both. Excuse me. So yeah, Netflix just said it wouldn't raise its bid for Warner Brothers. The decision comes 2 days after Paramount increased its offer from a hostile $30 per share bid to $31 per share for all of Warner Brothers Discovery, including its cable networks like CNN and HGTV. CNN is trash. I think that's the Communist News Network. That's used to call it the Clinton News Network, but it's Communist News Network. Discovery's all right. 90 Day Fiance got boring, so I Discovery ID I like because that's like all true crime, mysteries, female serial killers, stuff like that. I kind of like that part, but that's about it. Transaction we negotiated would have created shareholder value with a clear path to regulatory approval. Netflix CEOs Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters said in a statement. However, we've always been disciplined and at the price required to match Paramount Skydance's latest offer. Skydance is the key in here, folks, who's got that Tom Cruise money involved in there. The deal is no longer financially attractive, so we are declining to match the Paramount Skydance bid. Netflix stock surged by more than 9% in after-hours trading on the news. Ellison, who's friends with Trump, let's remind that there, Paramount CEO has relentlessly pursued Warner Brothers Discovery for months, even after the Netflix Warner Brothers deal was announced. Paramount has made 10 official offers for the HBO parent company. Now, again, I said I did not have a dog in this fight, and I'm not surprised that Netflix tapped out because Netflix has gone from being, the place where you get DVDs delivered to your house to streaming to their own studios to putting foreign content on their platform. Their platform is freaking huge. And remember, the money train isn't it's not going as fast as it used to. They have to make judicious decisions with what's going on. So I'm not surprised that Netflix just said, yeah, nah, we're gonna bow out. We're gonna bow out for now. Which is actually kind of smart. It really is kind of smart. Let's see. We had dinner at Cowfish today, and it was awesome. Cowfish restaurant at Universal. I turn green every time. I thought tempura meant that the shrimp was actually fried, and it turned out that it was really raw. And no matter how much wasabi I put on it, no matter how many times I wrapped it in ginger and dipped it in soy sauce, I've heard it's good. I heard it was good, but I just had a green experience because I don't like sushi. Camera girl made me go. That's what happened. I'm doing fine, my dear. I'm just with the new job, it has just it's sucked up a lot of my time, rightfully so. The position I have is a lot more involved than ones I've had before. Lots of great opportunities, but yeah, it cuts into my streaming time. But I'm fine. I'm doing well. Discovery Family Channel sucks. There's a family channel? I didn't watch it. That's for sure. The burgers look pretty good. But I went for what I thought was, yeah, it had like a little tiny burger as a bento box, but I can't do sushi. I can't do raw fish. The closest thing to raw fish you will ever have me eat is crab that spent like maybe 5 seconds on the grill. That's like dead. Sorry. Gotta cook it. Okay, moving on. And I can't play very much of this or I will get claimed. A new clip from the Lego Batman game that creates the museum sequence from the Batman 89 movie. If you know, you know.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
I'm going to pause it right there for a second because I do not want to get claimed. Michael Keaton, this Batman movie, I'm telling you, it changed my life. This scene, nuts. And the fact that they're going to put it in the Lego Batman game, which I cannot wait to get, is a trip. Oh, and don't stop there. They did the whole thing. The whole thing. So you can watch it over there on IGN, but the fact that they're going to have all this in a Lego game, Lego Batman, I can't wait. Everything. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I had to show that to y'all. The more I see about this Lego Batman, the more I'm gonna play. I like playing the Lego games. Actually, they're kind of fun. I don't like playing them with my nephew, especially when they're the ones that are cooperative, because he doesn't know how to play cooperatively. He just needs a single player game. Can't play with him. And speaking of games, this is our last one before we get to our we'll say topic before the main topic. Coming from IGN, experience 12 action-packed stages in He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction, digitally launching on April 29th. Dang, that is right near where I think Mouse PI. But anyway, check it out. Here we go.
Never hold back, don't give up, don't be afraid.
I'm not trying to get clean, but this looks good actually. Co-op brawlers. Yeah, I remember playing these. This is too cool. So apparently this is going to be available, I believe, on PS5, Steam, and well, we'll see in a minute. What's the next one? Tila looks banging. Pixel fueled. There's Evil Land, Skeletor. This is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good. It looks very good. The fact that they kept that that 80s vibe. Yep. So PS5, Steam, Xbox, if you're cursed with one of those, and Nintendo Switch. So it's by the Bitmap Bureau. April 20th. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get that on. As if I don't have enough games piled up on Steam right now. Let's broaden our minds, Lawrence. Yes. Good seeing you, Charles. I wonder if it will have unlockables. It'd be nice if they had the other He-Man looks for unlockables. I wonder if they do unlockables. I wonder if we'll get Faker. That'd be cool. Looks like Street Fight. Yeah, Street Fighter. Yeah, that same vibe. Yeah, it does. And they know 80s is what. First of all, the fact that you get to kick somebody's ass at Tila, like, get to kick somebody's ass in a mini skirt and go-go boots. Y'all know I love boots. So that's how you got me. That's how you got me. There you go. She was like, screw that. That is perfect. Props to y'all for keeping the mini skirt and go-go boot. I'm not offended by that in the least. So yes, that is coming. April, was it April? April 28th? Yeah, April 28th. Go ahead and check that out. All right, folks. So we have got 38 of you folks in here. Please do hit that like button. I would so appreciate it very much. It helps the channel. And of course, your price of admission. I appreciate that. He-Man and retro fans are going to go nuts over this. Mattel knows what they're doing with merchandising, because a couple of shows back, remember I showed you guys the action figures and we saw that video of Idris Elba flipping out because he had Man-at-Arms, because he used to watch He-Man. So they know we're big kids with freaking money and we'll pay for this stuff. We will push little kids out of the way to buy this stuff. So it's going to be insane. The merchandise, I already know. I have to start actually stalking the aisles in about like a week or so, because I need He-Man. I need Battle Cat. I especially need Battle Cat. I need Skeletor. I need Evil Lynn. Even though Tila doesn't have, the leotard and go-go boots, I'm still going to get that. I want all of them, but I especially want Battle Cat. Just saying. Reminds me of the AVP, Alien versus Predator SNES game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know what they're doing. They know what we're doing. We get to play these games without having to blow the cartridge. If you know, you know. That's the old school way of rebooting a game. All right, folks. Coming to us from Blog Mickey. Again, this is the site that told us that Tiana's Bayou Adventure was a necessary downgrade. I will never let you folks live that down whatsoever. RJ McReady says, showing people that actually watched, being both a fan and a star, actually a good idea. Yeah, with Idris Elba with his action figure, there's a short on my channel. Props to Aldo, my editor. You have to go watch that. And in that one, there is actually the video of Idris Elba geeking out over his action figure. A necessary downgrade is never necessary. No, but Blog Mickey, like a lot of other sites, had to push that narrative that Tiana's Bayou Adventure needed to exist. The ride that Splash Mountains was based on was racist, so they had to push that narrative. So I got a long memory, folks. Very long memory. So, bigger and bolder Villains Land plans, Emperor's New Groove coaster, Hades restaurant, and Maleficent boat ride. Now, let me preface this by saying none of this is substantiated. It is all hearsay, but the rap seemed to be the folks who got the whisper in the ear. And it's interesting because this is actually hidden behind a paywall. That makes me suspect. Very, very suspect. So only if you have the Rap Pro or you're willing to pay for it, which I am not. You can actually pull it off of the Wayback Machine. Why is my Teams going off? I thought it shut that sucker down. Anyway, sorry. Hate it when work interrupts me when I'm off the clock. Anyway, So you can pull it off the Wayback Machine to watch it. But keep that in mind as I skim through this article quite quickly. A new report from the Wrap, basically a rumor mill from the Wrap, continues the story of bigger and bolder plans for Magic Kingdom's Villains Land. We first reported that plans were recently scrapped last week. Yes, reportedly scrapped, although the rumor came from Len Testa, who I'm inclined to believe. So I'm inclined to believe that they were scrapped. Yes, indeed, because you remember Josh and Bob and a couple of other folks, including Tony Baxter, were seen walking around Epic Universe, and there's a reason why they were there. Now the Wrap has more details, more rumors, more hearsay, with that align with whispers that are growing louder. Here's the latest on the Villains Land plans, which currently call for a roller coaster, a high-tech boat ride, and much more. Are you excited? I'm not. Let's read some more. Okay, so you know about the concept art that they revealed back in the summer of 2024. This was the concept art that they rolled out in response to, for those of you that remember, was after Universal did that big concept art drop for Epic Universe. And they had like animated fly-throughs and all of that. So we could picture in 3D what it was going to look like. Josh brought out some concept art, and it's kind of like, what? Because we're like, what's the big answer to that? Concept art. Anyway, there we go. So this was the only concept art that they dropped. Now, for those of you who have been to Epic Universe, those of you who remember the art being dropped from Epic Universe and the fly-through of Darkmoor puts this to shame, and they know it, but they had to get they had to give the hardcore pixie dusters something to look at, and the hardcore pixie dusters, well, some of them weren't too impressed. Yep, he was intentionally vague about that. But let's skip down to here. So reportedly, the original Villains Lands plan were scrapped, recently reimagined, which I do believe that. Josh being CEO now. Emperor's New Groove roller coaster. While the initial concept art called for a thorny, Maleficent themed roller coaster, the reimagined plans call for a more family-friendly coaster themed to the Emperor's New Groove. The new coaster is said to be more like Slinky Dog Dash instead of a high-thrill coaster themed to Maleficent. Emperor's New Groove for a coaster. I would be way more interested in a Maleficent coaster where you basically go through that duel that she has with Prince Philip, and where she transforms from, Maleficent into Dragon Maleficent. She's breathing like green and yellow freaking fire. I mean, I could see that. And like it or not, Disney needs thrill rides. That's why they opened up Hollywood Studios, because I just like, look, families want thrill rides too. Families have thrill seekers in them too. I'm one of them. Not that every ride has to be a thrill seeker type of ride. And if you go to Epic Universe, it's the same thing. There's, the super thrill rides, like I keep calling it Stardust Racers. So you have like Stardust Racers to, the little Yoshi attraction. That's cute, that you go through. It runs the gamut, and that's what you need. And one of the reasons why some people age out, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Age out of the Magic Kingdom is because you do not have thrill rides. You need something for everyone. Why do you think Big Thunder Mountain was so popular? 2.5 minutes of riding like you're in the back of a school bus. That's why. Splash Mountain. And so much water. Sometimes you get splashed before you get on Splash Mountain. That was me. But Emperor's New Groove roller coaster. Villains. I don't see that. I really don't. I could see 101 Dalmatians coaster where you're trying to get away from Cruella de Vil. I could see that, but I mean, I love Yzma. Don't get me wrong, because she's voiced by Eartha Kitt, but I'm not putting that concept together. And Slinky Dog Dash is cool because Slinky Dog Dash is in Toy Story Land. So it fits with Andy's, age at that time. He really wouldn't be doing, crazy, make yourself throw up. It's Andy, not Sid. So that makes complete sense. I don't know. Then again, this is hearsay, folks. Nothing has been confirmed at all. At all. Okay, Maleficent boat ride. Okay, the Big E ticket for the land is planned to be a dark ride with no dark ride immediately visible in the concept art. Fans were left in the dark. But the rap says the ride is currently planned to be a high-tech boat ride. Who wants to ride a boat ride in Villain's Land unless it's no. The only villain that I can think of, if you're going to do a boat ride, would be if you did something from The Rescuers and you had a boat ride in the bayou to get away from, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the darn villain. So you can have, Penny, Bianca, and Bernard, and Evenrude, the dragonfly. I can see that. But the last boat ride that Disney actually did at Walt Disney World, unless I heard they steal the one from Shanghai, is the Navi River journey, which is the most boring thing. And that is not worth waiting for, but you only wait for it because you can't get on Flight of Passage right away. I mean, it's just a long, boring ass boat ride. Who? I don't see that happening. This doesn't make sense. Let me check you guys in the comments because I see you guys in here. Let's see. We have got, let's see. So Amanda says, what? Sorry, but I would never associate Maleficent with a boat ride or Hades with a restaurant. An Emperor's New Groove coaster would be nice if we could be sure it's done right. I'm just not seeing the concept. Unless, because it is supposed to be set like in Peru, right? The high mountains and everything. We'll see. But I'm not getting thrilled about it. Although The Emperor's New Groove is a good movie. That's another Eisner era Disney Renaissance movie. Either way, Lady with a Baby coming through. Let's see. Hey, BR guys, good to see you. Good to see you. And there needs to be a Toonami theme park so that it can be really game over from Disney. Toonami, keep an eye on Universal. Yeah, they got the licenses. That's pretty much where they're gonna put it. They better have a waterfall ride for the Emperor's New Groove theme. Yeah, it's like I'm saying. It's like I'm not saying it can't be done with the roller coaster. It's kind of just like how you gonna do it, but at the same time, they it does need a thrill attraction. It just. I granted I'm prejudiced. I love my thrill rides. The crazier, the better. I refuse to get excited for an emperor. I no, I can't. I don't see it. I don't see it. I would rather have a dark ride of us going through Yzma's evil lair. I could rock with that. A boat ride would make sense for the rescuers for sure to get away from Lady Medusa, that or Ursula. Well, put a pin in it about Ursula. Put a pin in that. I'll come back to it. Let's see. Thank you, because it's been a long time. As a matter of fact, probably in the summer, I'm actually going to have a watch party series for like those old school Disney cartoons: 101 Dalmatians, Lady and the Tramp, Fox and Hound, um, the Rescuers, the Rescuers Down Under, Jungle Book. Go back to some. Go back to some of those. Some of those. Some of those. All right, so indoor boat ride could emulate Pirates of the Caribbean battle for the sunken treasure. Yeah, okay. I'm still not I'm not thrilled with that. Hades dinner show. Hades dinner show will see Hades play host. There will be other villains filtering throughout the dining experience. Could have swore they've done this before. The restaurant will be full service pre-fee offering. I hate that. The report said the former theme of the restaurant took a page out of the Rescuers theme to Madame Medusa. Um, if they model this off of Be Our Guest restaurant, and you guys know where I'm going with this, I hate the pre-fee menu. I hate that. I absolutely loathe that. Be Our Guest used to be, and this was like over in the redone Fantasyland section where you don't meet Beauty and the Beast. You just basically meet the Beast and he just kind of walks through and he doesn't give any autographs. But it used to be quick service in the morning and then seating for dinner and for lunch and dinner. If you go there now for a family of 4, you are not getting out of there paying less than $400 because it's a pre-fee menu. Now the food wasn't bad, but I have a big problem when you do that. The only pre-fee I like is an all-you-can-eat barbecue. That's just me. But that is really going to be pre-fee. I'd almost would rather that be quick service. Or, okay, I take that back. The Hoop-de-Doo review is pre-fee, but the show is freaking awesome. So we'll see what happens with that. I just don't like the pre-fee. That's just not my thing. Okay, there could be plans for a third unannounced ride for Villains Land. The Wrap says the ride will be a frat ride, perhaps a spinner like Dumbo the Flying Elephant in Fantasyland. We already got 2 of those. The report suggests the attraction could be themed to Ursula. So, okay, so Ursula in the middle and the tentacles. Oh my gosh, y'all, I got it. I know what this reminds me of and why I'm giving it the side eye. If you have ever been to Universal and you've gone to Simpsons Land, okay, Springfield, there is this ride called Kang and Kodor's Twirl and Hurl. And it looks like Alien with the tentacles and the eyes go back and forth. It looks stupid, but it's actually fun. I'm thinking of that when I think about an Ursula spinning ride. Sorry, that's where my brain goes. I don't know. A spinner ride, you're going to need 2 of them. Because Dumbo, there's a limited capacity, and Dumbo was always one of the longest waits because of the limited capacity, to the point where they had to redo it, put like a circus in there. It is awesome. And so then they have 2. So we'll see what happens. I mean, hearing this quote unquote rumor does not excite me. But then again, it's a rumor. It's not substantiated. Who knows? Somebody could have dropped that to the wrap for them to check it out. But the only people who know what's going to happen is Imagineering. And from what I hear, Disney's NDAs are pretty tight because, they got enough money to get rid of you and keep your mother quiet. So take this with a very, very, very tiny grain of salt. Mickey got to get this cash up. That means people got to pay. Pay up. Pay up. I would have liked to have seen a Madame Mim magic show similar to the Beast show in Epic. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh my gosh, the Fantastic Beasts show. Cirque Arcanu. That's a banger. It's a banger. Yes, Amanda. A Ursula spinner ride. Ursula spinner ride. That's the rumor. But you know what? I will keep you guys all up to date with what's happening. I'm dropping theme park news. I haven't had Resort Recon Lab in a while. We'll get back to it, but yeah, I had to give you some theme park news. So, all right, we've got 40 of you folks in here watching. I sure do appreciate that. Please do make sure you hit that like button, and please do consider subscribing to your girl. All right. Coming to us from Variety, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms finale hits 9.5 million viewers in 3 days, setting another series record. Now, back up a little bit for folks who do not know. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, this is actually a prequel show to Game of Thrones. Not House of the Dragon. Game of Thrones. So this is based on, I believe, several novellas that George R.R. Martin has written. I'm not too familiar with his writing outside of Song of Ice and Fire, which is Game of Thrones. Fire and Blood, which is the Targaryen novel, which I still got to finish reading. Because I'm totally House Targaryen. And that's about it for the most part. But I do like his writing. I really do. Later, Charles. Thanks for dropping by. I sure do appreciate that, my dear. It says Night of Seven Kingdoms is fire. Yes, we are going to talk about this because I did not think that I was really going to like this show. And one of the reasons that I checked it out in the first place, well, one, because Abu Nas talked about it, and two, I was not very happy with the last season of House of Dragon. I was like, what the hell? This is what you give us? So I was kind of So when I heard this prequel was coming out, I'm like, I don't know. I don't really care. But I said, you know what? I'm willing to give anything a shot, which is what I did. So remember what I told you folks last time? I watched the first episode, like barely got through the first episode because yes, the explosive diarrhea thing did kind of like I'm pretty hard to gross out. Not that I was super grossed out, but I was like, really? You had to do that? But I said, you know what? I'm going to have to go back and watch it because week after week after week, I kept hearing how good the ratings were. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. But let's see, let's go through here. Game of Thrones fans have clearly been enjoying their most recent return to Westeros. Prequel series A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms has been a considerable hit, reaching a high of 9.5 million viewers with its season 1 finale. So apparently they got this number across 3 days. They got it directly from Warner Brothers Discovery's own data and streams on HBO Max. So we will have to find out, I want to say in a couple of weeks, what the Nielsen ratings actually say about this. So the finale, titled The Morrow, inched up 2% from the previous series high of 9.2 million viewers, set by episode 5 In the Name of the Mother, which premiered on February 15th. Now, your girl, when I sat down last night to watch it, one of the things that I liked was that each episode was, I want to say, like about 30 minutes long. So it's like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. That'll work. But I didn't know that they had dropped, I think they dropped the finale right when I finished watching episode 5, because when I brought it up, I was like, oh, there's only 6 episodes. Yeah, they popped that 7th one in there, and I'm glad they did, because I had to freaking watch this show. So one of the things that grabbed me mostly about this show is that there's the pacing. You get to meet Sir Duncan, aka Sir Dunk. You get to meet him in the beginning. He has to actually bury his mentor, of course. And it's pretty sad, because you can obviously tell that dude was just, he was not happy with losing his mentor at all. Let me see. I'm sorry, I'm sharing the wrong one. Shared the wrong one for something I wanted to get. No, what's that page? What's that page? Stop showing me gun. Hold on a second. This is the thing about a live show, folks. Okay, here we go. So he buries his mentor, and he's not really a knight, but he wants to get in this tournament, get sponsored for this tournament, and he needs someone. I forget if it was a knight. Yeah, but he actually needs a proper knight to get him into the tournament. And of course, his mentor died, and I blank on names, which is why I keep going down here. So yeah, Sir Alan of Pennytree dies. You got to bury him. And he's just like, I have to find a knight who remembers Sir Alan. So you're already starting out. He has to find someone who can vouch for him through knowing who Sir Alan is. And he thinks in his mind, okay, there were all these knights and all these, nobles that Sir Alan of Pennytree fought for. Surely one of them is going to remember who he is. So that's what it starts out with. Of course, eventually you start to meet Egg, and this little kid, where is he? Dexter Soul Ansel. He's amazing. So bald head kid comes out of nowhere to be Dunk Squire. And the pacing is just enough where you start to first of all, you go through Sir Dunk's grief for the most part in the beginning. Then you find Egg, and kind of like this relationship where he's just this little booger. He thinks he's going to steal his stuff, steal his horse, all of that. But there's enough for a relationship to actually be written there, where you actually feel like you want to watch. Again, I got grossed out in the beginning a little bit, somewhat. Came back, because I had to know how the story ended. Is Dunk going to find a knight that remembers Sir Alan the Pennytree? Is he going to find that? Is Egg going to steal his stuff? And on top of that, this kid, Egg, he seems to know a lot more. He's not your garden variety stable boy or squire. He knows a lot more. And there's that mystery where you're just like, how does he know all this stuff? But another cool thing about that is, of course, when the Targaryens roll into town. I'm so team Targaryen. Anyway, Targaryens roll into town, and all of a sudden, Egg's like, I think we should go somewhere else. And what I liked is they didn't tell us that. They showed us that. And there's a lot of showing that goes on in this miniseries. A lot of lore that goes on in here. A lot of showing you how the common folks in Westeros have to put up with what the likes of everybody hates the Targaryens. what they do. So again, I'm spoiling it a little bit for y'all, but yeah, I am. But needless to say, Dunk goes through hell trying to get someone to vouch for him and to vouch that they know who Sir Alan of Pennytree is. And one night he's like, I don't know who that dude is, but you may be able to talk to this other guy who, you say Sir Alan fought for. And dude was just like, I don't care. There's plenty of people who died. You think I want to remember some night? I can't remember who he is or who he was. So you're just like, dang, Dunk is screwed, ain't he? Yeah, he kind of is. And he sees, the tournament that goes on, the jousting that goes on. Of course, that was straight up bloody. If you have a weak stomach, you do not need to watch this show. You really don't, because it's brutal. Jousting was brutal, man. People die, lose limbs. One dude had his horse fall on him. It's kind of messy. But with each tournament that you see, and with Dunk and Egg, and how they get along, in between, Dunk trying to find out how he needs to get somebody to vouch for him so he can become a true knight. And what's up with Egg, who knows way too much about what's going on. You got the King's Guard that shows up. They're such jerks. They show up. But eventually, Sir Dunk comes across a Targaryen who actually remembers Sir Alan of Pennytree. And when that happens, he has to actually work for that. And that's something that a lot of shows don't realize. We like to see our heroes work for what they get. And Dunk has to work for that. I mean, I honestly thought he was not going I thought this was not going to work out for him very, very well. And even when I thought it was going to work out for him, some stuff started going downhill. But it was all delicious. Totally delicious. So, again, all the characters in this show are wonderful. It's like 30 minutes, so it's just enough. They spend time building your relationship with the characters. It's kind of like when you watch an anime and they spend so much time building up the characters to get you emotionally attached to them. That's what this series does. So I thoroughly appreciated that. Even the part during, I call it the 7-on-7 Rumble. I forget the exact name, but it's basically one of the old ways of proving if you're telling the truth or not. Dunk, the way he looks now, dude looks like Sylvester Stallone did in the first Rocky movie. I thought he was going to die. He looked absolutely horrible. And then to see what he looks like there, and then they go back to where he started out in Flea Bottom, and you find out how he met Sir Alan of Pennytree. Apparently, Sir Alan likes to speak in Dothraki a lot, actually. Jousting looked good when I played with Legos. Yeah, it was very romanticized for the most part. I seen A Knight's Tale. We'll be all right, dude. It was worse than A Knight's Tale. A Knight's Tale was actually nice and nice and clean, but not like seeing a horse fall on somebody and body parts and blood goes spattered everywhere, and then they got to come over and yeet the horse. Kind of nasty, heads going flying, severed. Yeah, it was pretty messed up, but I loved it. I totally did. I wonder with the success of the shows, HBO is thinking of remaking Game of Thrones series in the future. I'd like them to remake seasons 4 through 8. That's for sure, because they are freaking horrible. But I think with this one, there's two things that also helped out with this series. One is that the showrunner worked hand in hand with George R.R. Martin, like literally, they're right there together. It's like Eiichiro Oda and the showrunner for the live action One Piece on Netflix. Like they're there working together. And George R.R. Martin talks about this and his disappointment that the showrunners for House of the Dragon didn't do the same. And you can see what happened in season 2 of House of the Dragon. So there's that. There's also the cinematography. Now I'm not going to play a whole lot with this, but there's no dark aesthetic. You notice the colors, even though they're natural, they're vibrant and natural. You don't have to squint to see if there's anything on the screen. The cinematographer that they got for this, who I'm guessing is the cinematographer that they got for the 3rd season of House of the Dragon, because that trailer looks really good. The dark aesthetic is gone, which it needed to be gone anyway. So you'll see it in A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. So what would I say? I would say, well, one, this series is definitely not for kids. Don't let your kids watch it. But there's a lot of mystery wrapped up in there as well, especially when it comes to Egg. And again, I'm going to say that little actor who plays Egg, I want to say Egg is like, I want to say he's almost like Damien in a way. Not demon possessed, but that kid has gone through some stuff. Egg, aka Aegon Targaryen. Yes, names for Aegon the Conqueror. Yes. This little kid has been so traumatized that I think he is basically a sociopath in this. And that's not something that you find out right away. So I have to give George R.R. Martin and the writer credit for that, because you don't see that tendency until closer to the end, but all the signs were there. All the signs were there. When the girl who Dunk paid to give him a new sigil on his shield, when one of the Targaryen sons came in there and was basically breaking her fingers, and Egg went and got Dunk and said, he's hurting so-and-so, you got to come help. At first I was like, oh, isn't that chivalrous of him? He went to help somebody out. I'm like, no, wait a minute. That's his brother that he actually absolutely freaking hates. The brother that basically threatened to emasculate him every other day. I'm like, oh. Then he was upset his brother didn't get killed. That was nasty. Someone compared him to Kevin McAllister. That is accurate. Kevin McAllister with a sociopathic streak. Yes. You don't see it. It's very, very subtle, and there's situations that'll happen where that will come out. But for the most part, Egg wants to hang out with Dunk so bad. His dad doesn't know where His dad doesn't know where he is. Very Kelly from McAllister at the end. So yeah, so I would say definitely give it a watch. Won't take you long to watch it, maybe like 2.5 hours. I binged the whole thing and I was just like, next episode. Great watch. I really wish that these people were the ones who were doing House of the Dragon, but who knows? Who knows? You see on IMDb, popularity is, right up there, number one, and very, very well deserved. I enjoyed watching this a little lot more than I did the last season of House of the Dragon. I'm just saying. I'm still a fan of House of the Dragon, but they got to pick it up. The trailer looks good, so it looks like that's gonna happen. All right, folks. Let's see here. I think we're gonna wrap it up with one last thing, because I love making you guys laugh. I do. So let's enjoy this right here. It's near the end of the show, so I don't care if I get claimed for it.
I said the hip, hop, the hippie, hip, hip, hop, and you don't stop the rocket to the bang, bang, boogie, say, yup, the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what the hell is to the twist, I'm rapping to the beat. I'm here, the groove, and my friends are gonna turn the boogie feet. See, I am Wonderman, and I'd like to say hello. I do the black, to the white, the red, and the blue, the purple, and yellow.
There's Uncle Deadly!
Bang, the boogie to the boogie, say, the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie, let's rock.
I did not think he would do that. I laughed so hard, I did it again. Near the end of the show. They're like staring at him like, he actually makes more sense rapping lyrics.
Bang bang the boogie to the boogie, say the boogie to the bang bang boogie. Let's rock.
I've actually seen this before, but it came back up in my feed on X, and I was just like, I have to share this because I love the darn Muppet. Absolutely, 100%. All right, folks. Well, that is going to do it for the show for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had some fun. As for your girl, what's going on this week? Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, I have a watch party for Labyrinth. Yes, that Labyrinth, starring David Bowie, Jennifer Connelly. Haven't seen it in years. Going to be watching it on Saturday. And, of course, Sunday is Welcome to Florida show. So we're continuing our Black History segment. We're going to learn about John Horse, aka Juan Caballo, who actually led a lot of enslaved people from Florida to Mexico. So we're actually going to be talking about him on Sunday. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your support. And I will see you all next time. Bye.
All right, everyone. Let's tidy things up.
Autobots, start your engines!
Not under the rug.
We'll keep singing without fail, otherwise we'd spoil it.
Ready, Prime? Let's roll.
Hosing down the garbage pail and scrubbing up the toilet. Ooh.
That's all, folks.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.